Okay.
Yay.
Yay.
Third time.
Where's your thing, Brandon?
Oh, here we go.
There you go.
Take 5.
Thanks, buddy.
There you go.
Yeah. Take 5. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's been 5 times.
Try this again.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. I don't know who is even still on. Let me get back.
Yep, we're gonna have to get everybody to sign back in.
Yeah.
I think David got lost.
We did.
He did. Where'd he go?
Well, of course he got lost. He's lost with Mike.
He may not exit all the way out like I did because I came back in and I was by myself and I was like, what? So I exit all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
So I just commented to the Facebook chat that we had to reboot.
Okay.
So hopefully everybody will start coming back in. Up there, we got one person. So, yep.
Unless he's trying to get on his computer now. He might be trying to get on his computer.
Yeah, so he's not the odd man out.
Yeah. Excuse me. Go ahead and Brandon, tell us about your pop pear cherry.
My
Yes.
what?
Cherry cherry.
Pop pear cherry.
Your pop's cherry.
My cherry that been popped for the very first time.
Yep.
In a church of all places, wasn't it?
Back in 1842. No, it was a nice place up there. I'm glad we're going back to it. That first time, like Jeannie said in the comments, my cherry been popped. Yes, everybody's cherry's been popped one time before. Is that me echoing?
It was on the other computer and it came up, so I stopped it. I tried to catch it before it said anything.
But yeah, it's the place that we're going to. It's been it was my first place being where my cherry's been popped. We actually haven't started at the time with CLP at the time, and when we came back, we joined up with the team, me and my friend, that she left us and moved on to another state. And I guess she stayed away from it. But this is where I came across and called Philip on the phone, and he's like, I don't do it no more. I passed it down to James. So I called James up, and we talked on the phone for like 5 days straight. No,
I had to.
Oh, now you're going to come in and interrupt my talk?
This fucker started. Sorry.
So he's not the odd man out anymore. So
Right? Oh, we are a hot fucking mess tonight, aren't we? I love it.
so let's see how many times we can say fuck tonight.
Oh,
I know.
Sorry.
I got a jar we can put it in.
Yeah,
there you go.
We'll be millionaires. So Brandon, what did you experience when you had your cherry popped in the church? What did you experience?
I had a female whisper in my ear, my right ear.
It's apropos. Nice.
Writing that one down.
Right.
And what did they whisper?
Watch it. And
what?
I was actually sitting in it was a church, and
hey Bree.
The old saying was that if you sit in the back of the pew, you if you're a male, you have males get their hair pulled, and I went back there, never got nothing done, so I went to go sit on the third pew, and then like, well, if I sit up here, I might get some activities going. And back then, I really didn't realize that if you progress stuff out there and push it out there and say bad things to them in a place like I was at, you'll have something happen. And at the time, I was like still a rookie, and I got my cherry pop, and then scared the little crap out of me because we was in there with just one flashlight at the time. But
and how old were you?
I was in my late
40s.
20s.
This happened last Saturday. No,
Just last night.
And you look the oldest, David.
shit.
Probably not.
No.
Leprechauns are old, you know.
Well, we're wise. Watch your mouth.
Right.
I'm seeing you this weekend. Watch your mouth.
I think Mike
But I'm
did
glad-
just pull up now.
Oh, good.
How many times are you going to pull in?
He's pulling in the driveway and pulling out, pulling in, pulling out, pulling,
Right?
pulling.
Definitely a theme going with this podcast this evening.
He's still upset about getting kicked out of the gym for being
So-
naked.
Right?
Right.
Running around
Yeah,
naked and being judged.
He's just probing the driveway.
He's practicing for booze.
Right? Oh God.
See, Bree agrees. David is the wise one. All right.
Oh, Jesus.
No, thank you, Bree. I appreciate you. Thank you.
She needs help.
Mhm. Yes, she
She doesn't
does.
need help. She's fine.
Okay.
So James, special thank you to James because we know you're under the weather. So thank you for joining us and listening
yeah.
to when you're.
Thank y'all for having us. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. Yeah.
I was definitely looking forward to this podcast.
Good.
We're glad
you
y'all
guys
could,
are-
switch up the date and time. So thank you for that.
Yes. That as well. Yeah. Usually we have it dialed in, but shit happens. So
It does.
roll with the punches.
Yep. Sometimes that's what you got to do. That's what
Yeah.
we do all the time.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So Mike
Mikey.
G is in the living room right now because you can hear everybody getting louder. So he'll be here in a few minutes.
He's in
And
the living
here
room. Yeah.
we go.
Right.
Yep. Well, David, let's talk about your short history.
Say it again.
Yeah.
This time with your full ass chest. Say it again.
Hey, I'm wearing my. Hey, actually, you know what? Look what I'm wearing.
Ooh, way to represent.
There
Way
you
to
go.
represent, James.
I got it tattooed on my
Woo.
back. No, I'm
That's
just kidding. I
awesome.
don't have it tattooed.
Yeah.
on my back.
No,
I
it's
can't.
okay.
I can't lie.
You suck.
Okay,
You
fine.
suck.
That's right.
Yeah. I forgot the original
not all he
question. I'm not
does.
gonna lie. So couldn't get back on my phone. It wouldn't even let
Just
me.
how
click
you
the
got
link.
into the paranormal and what's
Yeah, how you
Oh yeah, that one. No, I think I obviously started out as a young kid with Unsolved Mysteries. That's what got my interest in it and peaked. But then OG Ghost Hunters came out, and I remember this story. And basically, I would call my brother on when I was overseas, asking him what happened on the latest episode of Ghost Hunters, because then we would talk about it because we didn't have it over there, right? And so he had to kind of first off, it was tape it and then DVR it, and then but yeah, then. That's what really stemmed it.
VHS.
Yes, sir. Taped it. Yeah. Let's
Taped
just.
it.
That was a big word for him.
I know. VHS. Let me tell you, that just rolls off the tongue there. But no, it's always been ingrained. Like I would pop it on at night, and my wife would fall asleep instantaneously. Every time I watch my ghost shows or something like that, and but always just entertain the idea. Had a small team in the military. And then when I medically retired out, I had to. It wasn't short, no, by any stretch of the means.
They were a micro team.
Much like attention spans, apparently. But no, it's. But no, as soon as I started TikTok and I just kind of started debunking videos, me and James met through there and just kind
You
of
couldn't debunk any of mine.
I could have actually
No.
10 times over. No,
No.
no, you invited me out, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll take you up on that. And I mean, it was almost instantaneously. Like we all came together, just clicked. It was like an immediate thing that happened, and ever since then, we've just been literally almost inseparable when it comes to not just paranormal, just anything in general. Just anything. Anytime we can get together, we will. Because we understand people have lives and stuff going on, but. Anytime we can get together and just collabing with other teams too, like-minded, like James said, we want to, in the real sense of the word, para-unity, not necessarily just saying it and then doing the opposite. We really want to embrace that because again, I mean, this is a community that cannot self-sabotage itself. So. But this has just been an amazing opportunity for everybody involved. I mean, myself, I think I've garnished a lot more out of this whole collab than anything.
That's cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm moved now.
Are you moved? Because you're still sitting in the same spot.
He was definitely speechless for a second.
Yeah.
So when did y'all get EVP started? Because I know James and I had kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah. So
they could tell you about that too.
Yeah, I really could. Ironically, we were coming back from booze on the battleship last year. This is where this whole concept started and came from.
Well,
was coming back.
Me and David talked about it.
Yeah, Brandon was there like consciously, like maybe 4 or 5 seconds of
conscious now.
Right.
He's out cold now.
Well, because we were driving home and Brandon was sleeping, right? So like we were talking about this and discussing it.
That's right.
And James were like just thoroughly involved in the whole thought process and everything. Brandon wakes up and goes, "What's going on?" It's like, "We're starting a project with veterans." He goes, "I'm in." Right back at it. Out cold.
100% true.
Yeah, but then he was like, "I got the best sleep of my life because David is a great driver."
That's right.
You should have lied to him, David. And when he woke up, popped his head up and said, "What are we talking about?" You could have made up some stupid nonsense, and Brandon would have been like, "I'm in," and then like,
yeah.
We do it all the time.
Yeah. But no, it's what we've noticed is that there's already a lot of veterans in this field, and why is that? So and then that this whole thought came to myself and James, and we were just kind of talking it out, and then all of a sudden, like just the name Echoes Veteran Project for short EVP, it just popped into my head, and I had James go on YouTube, make sure it wasn't taken by anybody yet. So we're like, look at this, look at that, and so we just didn't want to match anybody's energy with it, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, this all came about and at Booze on the Battleship.
That's awesome.
Coming back.
And to fill that in, because I know David won't talk about himself in that highlight because he is very humble. And he's got a big heart. Love him like a brother. He knows ugly.
Mm-hmm.
He uses paranormal investigating as his therapy, and that's where it all came about because we've been doing it for almost a year. And ironically, we started. It was a horrible filming as we were learning, but our very first episode was at the same place exactly a year later at Hamilton Jail that we met off of TikTok. A year later, we filmed the first episode of why we were doing it, what we were going to do, and all that to kind of give some information out there. And then it's blossomed into what it has, what we're into now. And I have a lot of veterans on my finger. You're right. And I've learned a lot as well, and I know Brandon being former law enforcement. I have a lot of veterans in my family, but I didn't realize the stuff they deal with, and until I started meeting veterans and the stuff they're going through and dealing with, and watching their TikTok lives and all this, but bringing them out there to what we've been doing, and we do a beginning interview with them, and then we do a post after the night's over, and to watch them open up, and it's their walls come down. It's like a completely different person, and it's just it's heart melting. It really is. About time, Mike. Jesus.
Sorry.
Why's your head so little in the camera?
My head? Oh yeah. So
his head is little.
That's what the gym said.
That's what saved my life was my little head, actually.
Did you say Beetlejuice 3 times?
They were disappointed in Little John. That's why they kicked him out of the gym.
It's so funny. I was just like, oh, this looks funny. So I just posted it and it blew up. I was
Oh God.
Can't shut my door.
being
Well,
loud
we're
all
glad
day.
you're there safe.
But yeah, I'm here. I've got my thingamadoodle. There's people from
What are you drinking?
British Columbia. Oh, this is. Nope, that is the wrong way. Hold on.
Crown Royal Peach.
Crown Royal.
Excuse me.
Gotcha. Ooh.
Traveling, so it's so crazy, man, because I've just come from Vegas, and we stopped in New Mexico. We had to stop at Albuquerque. Hey, Ash. And on our way there, there was a traffic incident, and a sergeant police officer got killed. So they closed down the entire I-40, and there was like 200 police cars. So we had to pull off, and we had to sleep. The next day, we get up, we get going, and then there's another police killing in New Mexico by some guy who's armed and dangerous, and they're like, everybody lock your doors. It's a shelter-in-place scenario. So we're like, oh my
So it
God,
is the
we just gotta
Wild
keep
West.
going. And then we're
Pretty
trying
much.
to turn off to get we see this Arby's, and I'm like, yeah, let's get some Arby's sauce. And so we go to pull off, and then there was a wind turbine, but just the blade, and it had held up traffic because it got stuck on the bridge, right? And so everybody was parked, just chilled on the off ramp, but this one SUV decided, nah, I ain't about that game, and just kept going straight, never stopped, and then did some weird flip, and literally took the entire back end of his SUV off on the back of a semi, and he hit the semi so hard that semi hit the other semi, who hit the other semi. So it was a hot mess just getting out of New Mexico.
Oh. And you saw that whole thing unfold?
Yeah. Well, we got there literally seconds after it happened because we were getting ready to turn off. It was pretty nuts. It was pretty wild, man.
So there were no
you know what
U-turns
it
in
did? It made me
Albuquerque.
think of pecans.
Why is that?
What's
Semi-pecans?
Why
Semi-pecans?
You guys are
I'm
thinking
eager
about
to see where
pecans?
this goes.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying. I'm with you, David. I'm just okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's pecans, damn it.
Oh, is it
Is
really?
it?
Pecans.
Is
No,
it
it's
pecans?
Hold on,
Pecans.
but-
Pecans down here.
You're right.
Pecans?
It's pecans in Texas. So.
No, it is. They're right. It's pecans because if you don't have them, it's pecans.
Pecans. Ba-bum-bum.
Yes. I forgot
That was semi-funny. That was semi-funny.
Semi.
Semi.
We'll give it to you.
Just a little
Okay,
bit.
so
Yeah.
I have to
Here's
ask
the
you
other-
guys because you're all on here. Are you excited for Booze on the Battleship too?
We were
Oh,
just
extremely.
What?
talking about that a little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. I know, but I wasn't here. And if I remember last year,
You were texting in the chat while driving or riding or whatever, probing, whatever the hell you were doing.
yeah. But speaking of probing, Dave almost got probed.
He's ready for round 2.
We have the photo. I have the photo evidence. Can I show that?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the irony, the pants off of Dave, and I wasn't even. It wasn't even Steve.
You almost got swung on, is what you almost did. You I had my
with his cane.
Like, oh shit.
Yeah, he was about
Mike
to
was like a
give me
little-
$5 phone.
Mike actually reminds me of Bree, like a little fucking ninja running around.
Yeah.
You know, you don't hear him until boom, he's there. It's kind of like her.
Yeah, where is
She
she?
scares
at?
shit
She's
me
not
all
on
the time.
here. Does she not like to do this stuff?
She's on here.
Sometimes. Well, she was in the
She
chat.
does sometimes.
Yeah, she's
Okay,
been
she's in the
commenting.
chat.
There
There's
she
Bree.
is.
There she is.
Yeah. Hey, Bree. There it is. Can I send this to the chat, Mary
You
Lynn?
need
Does
to.
that work?
Absolutely.
I send it to Facebook or actually you should be able to show it.
I've heard that before too. That's why I
Well,
got kicked out of Planet Fitness.
There it is.
Go ahead and send
You
it
cannot
to
Now you
me.
can't really see
I
it.
do in fact judge you. Okay.
Send it to me on Facebook. I'll pull it up.
Look, he said if I showed up probing there, I'm like, all right, you promised, So I did.
Okay.
I
So
did.
can
I did.
you guys you guys do a lot of cool investigations. Have you ever investigated or heard of the Great Molasses Flood?
Mm-hmm.
I have not.
I can't remember where it's at, but I remember hearing about the accident.
To be honest, I'm not entirely sure where it's at, but it's got to be on the East Coast. It was molasses, right? A massive tank. Boston. It burst in Boston, releasing a 35-mile. Oh, there it is!
There
Look
it
how
is.
close he came.
Yeah.
Wow.
I really came.
David, how old are you?
43.
Well, see, you're due, man. You're like me. I'm 43. We're due
Yeah.
for a prostate exam.
Good thing the VA waits.
You know what I mean?
So,
once you get past
Mike,
40,
you are 43, Mike.
See, Alien Steve could have gave you one for free, though.
But David is 182.
He's leprechaun years. Leprechaun years.
Yes.
Yep. Absolutely.
Show him your statue.
He would complain if he did not get the AARP membership at IHOP.
Well, okay, hear me out. All right, there is a lot of benefits to AARP. You can sign up for AARP at the age of 25. It's just they're going to take senior citizens first, right? So, joke's on you. I've saved money.
I'm all for it. Okay. Look, if AARP ever made a football team, I would be right on it. Okay.
See, that's perfect likeness to David. I got him that for his birthday.
What was that?
A little leprechaun.
A leprechaun.
Oh, I thought it was a
walking stick.
Alarm. I mean, a
It could have
lucky
been
charm.
He was a chunky charm.
It's also a home defense weapon, because it's solid.
Yeah.
That
so
is a good
Aurora
one.
said we got you good 2 weekends ago. What happened?
Yeah. Let's not talk about that.
No, let's talk about it.
So back to the whole thing of Bree and them sneaking around. Well, we were in this old farmhouse, and I went up into the house by myself to try to stir up activity where everybody was outside watching the windows and everything else, and we just had equipment everywhere. Well, I was coming back down, and I walked past the closet, and Rose was in one closet they were kind of next to each other, and Bree grabbed me on the damn arm as I'm walking by, and I just go, bitch. Yeah, it's like, got me fucking again.
Nice.
It's like the 5th or 6th time.
So as paranormal investigators who your whole thing is to meet people in the afterlife, like, when is it inappropriate to just hang out in front of an assisted living? No,
No, what I think would be terrible is if you try to run an EVP session with them still in the room.
I was just going to say, are you holding equipment at the same time?
I know. You're like, okay, let's do an EVP, and she's like, I'm still alive.
Right here.
Like, just
I'm
wait.
here.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Did you hear that?
See if
You
you're...
don't even pay any acknowledgement. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
So what if we go to an assisted living and do an investigation?
I'm telling you right now, when I finally, if I somehow don't crack the rest of my skull by the time I'm 80, I'm going to give holy hell to everybody else in my assisted living group. It's just the truth.
Yeah, we need to set up an investigation at one.
Oh my God.
I can just see it now.
Yeah.
I bet you these places are haunted as shit, though.
Yeah.
Break out some applesauce and bingo cards.
Right? Finger object. Applesauce. Some
Insure.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
What's your favorite Ensure flavor?
Right?
Mine's gotta be the chocolate.
That's we can do Pinot there, right? Number 67.
Got to get the little handheld microphone to do it too.
If you're wondering why I lost my job at hospice, this is why. Okay.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that.
No, but actually, I did work for hospice. I worked for hospice for about 3 years, and I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
I
actually
bet.
I did volunteer recruitment. So my job was to find people that were willing to basically work for free, because 5% of all manpower hours for a hospice has to be volunteer, or the government does not pay them, period.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I used to find volunteers that were willing to spend time with patients, and I would spend a lot of time with patients, and I would go from assisted living to nursing homes to just even dementia facilities. I remember, and this is really interesting, guys, because like when you do a an EVP session or an SD session, and I think we even talked about this a little bit, how um, when we did the haunted files, sometimes you reach a point of someone's life that they're kind of just stuck reliving, right? Like on the North Carolina, we were kind of in this Essie's method. She was, and she just kept experiencing like the trauma of the impact, right? And so they were just kind of stuck. They would kind of go through this line, and then it would kind of reset.
Almost
When
like
I
a
was
loop.
like a loop, right? Yeah,
Mm.
like a wave, almost like a wave, like an ebb and flow, right?
Like a Fruit Loop.
Yes,
That too.
yeah, like a Fruit Loop, but only if Cap'n Crunch was involved. You get me? So
Totally.
here I am at
Crunch
the
berries.
dementia. I forget what they call the dementia ward, right? And this lady comes up to
Insane
me. She
asylum.
goes,
Play on
kind
words.
of. She goes,
I forget what the
goes,
dementia word
excuse
is.
me. Yeah. She says, excuse me. I'm like, yes. She says, I've been waiting here for 3 hours and nobody's helped me. I said, okay, well, let me help you out. What seems to be the problem? She says, I've been in this Montgomery wards for so long and no one has helped me get my pant size. I said, okay, not a problem. I said, why don't you go ahead and have a seat, and I'm going to go ahead and call somebody to get them for you. She said, oh, thank you so much. And she sat down, and then it ended. But it's because that's the last thing that she could remember that she's stuck on, right? And it made me think, when we go and we do these investigations, is it possible, just like somebody with dementia who's basically losing the memory while they're still alive, is it possible that you could also be losing the memories while you are dead? You're just slowly fading away. And the last
Oh
thing
yeah,
that
of
you
course.
investigate is what they remember.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
of course.
because I mean, we've had some situations with EVPs. You're asking their names,
Nobody's
and they don't
asking you,
remember.
James. Okay, the
Yeah.
other two, please.
Oh, excuse me, damn it. Okay, sorry. Let the fucking leprechaun talk. Jesus.
Awesome.
Oh, and
No,
Mike,
go,
you're
go,
I
starting
just
go
had
ahead.
a wee comment.
Actually, you know what? Let Sasquatch fucking say something for once. Go ahead.
Come on, Brandon.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. That's his contribution. Yep.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But oh, I'm sorry. What, me or leprechaun?
Either one.
I guess I'll go to 3/4 of the way this first.
I bet you will.
But when you were talking, huh?
I said, oh,
Do
sorry, you
what,
say
man?
finish?
I was thinking about when we were at Milledgeville, David, and he's talking about the repeating thing. When we were in the mortuary, we were getting somebody that was like they were working, almost like they were in a loop. You know, you work there 40 something plus years. That's all you knew. You're even in death, you're still reoccurring that activity every day, or that whatever they experience in that. That made me think of that. Just that, God, I hope, because like we said, we hope there ain't ghost jobs,
Yeah.
but just
There is
reoccurring, whether it's trauma, unless something, just like they have the ones that seem like they. I'm sure MaryLynn can even contest this. To with the ship.
James, I need you to finish the sentence, okay?
Sorry, okay. Run out of breath. They're repeating their traumatic, experience. Okay, I finished.
Trauma loop is a damn good thing. All right, so
I'm sweating.
because what we've experienced too, veterans go through that trauma loop. You know, they have the nightmares, they have the issues with memory, things like that. So yes, the fleeting memories are always going to be very prevalent in somebody's life. I mean, even as you age or have a head injury or whatever, right? So I think
long fingers.
Yes, I do. But nevertheless, yes. You want to point out anything else?
Random thing.
Now he's got a bunch to say, right?
Well, I was wondering why he was holding a pen.
I'm
I got
talented.
you, David.
Go on.
Thank you.
Brandon. Thank you.
But I also, you know, there's a correlation to the reason that we do this too, is to show veterans that, you know, even after death, these individuals are still dealing with the same thing. You know, how many times have you gotten EVPs that do say, help me, or something like that, you know? So, and in life, it's the same thing. They're asking for help. How do we do that? You know, we give them an experience. You give them a shared experience. And I guarantee you every single time that they're gonna reallocate their memory back to when they were with us. Every single veteran that we've taken out wants to go back out, and we've even included veterans in future collaborations as well to come back out with us. You know, because again, it's a shared experience, and when you give them that, you give them community, you give them connection, and everything, you're going to see better outcomes. And even with our, I would even say, sometimes FUBAR fucking community is a para community, because again, everybody is attacking one another. They're doing X, Y, and Z, and it's not making any headway. You know, you're not going to get any extra clicks or likes.
Never attack the alphabet.
Exactly, ever. Because all of the words are in there, right? But nevertheless, I think again, it's just we go back to it, is that the shared human experience is what is going to set individuals better off in a better trajectory.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your take, Sasquatch?
Yep.
Yep.
So I just want to say real quick, happy birthday, Annie.
Happy birthday,
yes,
Annie.
happy
birthday.
I already
No,
sent her a
basically,
naked
David
photo.
done-
She reported me to the police, so never mind.
Oh, was she the one who did that?
Yeah,
So that
unbelievable.
was you running down the road.
Right?
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
real
if you
reason
couldn't
you were
see
late.
anything, it was
Uh-huh.
definitely me. Yeah.
1096.
Hi, Stacy.
Here we
I'm
go.
like a tripod if it was like RC sized. It's terrible. So continue.
Go again. All right. No.
Micropod.
Oh, that's not what he said. Oh,
You guys don't remember the micro minis? The cars? Yeah.
I do now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Micro was. Yep. I still have a few actually.
Oh, I love those so much.
I found them when I still have my original Ninja Turtles from the
Dude.
late 80s, early 90s toy set. I got them all in a container.
But the micro mini was the only car you could eat, you know?
Their micro mini is Mike size.
Yeah. I could literally fit in one and go for a spin. It was great. So, so please, Sasquatch, continue.
Well, basically, David and he nailed it perfect. His words was perfect, better than better than this one down here. I'm not actually a good talker. I'm just.
Well,
We
this
can't
isn't
tell.
about talking. I just want to know what you like. For example, like when you do this, when you get involved, and when you're doing like the EVP sessions, you're going.
You're
on
getting
the
this
paranormal
weekend.
hunts.
I can't see it.
Speak and spell.
Don't worry. He's doing weird. But
You're
when
going
you
to
do
get this
this,
size
like,
13 across your way.
do you have a goal, something that you're trying to accomplish? Like, what got you into doing this in the first place? Because I assume the same, just like Dave, you're military, right?
No, I'm ex law enforcement, ex firefighter.
Well, then never mind. Let's move on to somebody else.
Well, I do have a question because I think we've all encountered a lot of people who are ex-military, ex-police, in those fields. a lot of them. We've had several on our own podcast lately. And so I want to throw this question out to everybody, even people in the chat. And David, you might have touched on this a little bit, but what is the allure to the paranormal for people in that field? Is it reaching out to other people? Is it sharing that trauma like you touched on? What's the allure for folks like you guys and Brandon and other ex-military, ex-police?
Yeah, it's multi-layered, right? So because we want to go into a location that we don't know. I mean, you're going to experience some chaos potentially, right? Same thing with the military. Or a police officer, right? You're going to be coded out, or you're going to have to go to a situation where you may have to pull your weapon, or you may have to do all of this stuff. And so, with this, I've even said to James and Brandon numerous times, I've had way more fun hunting the dead than I ever did living. So
well, let me ask you this then. You both obviously based off of you being, police, you being, military, firefighting. You suffer through lots of maybe not your own trauma, but other people's trauma, and sometimes your own, right? So do you look at the afterlife, paranormal investigating as kind of a way to search for hope of what's next, of that there is hope for you specifically after life?
Well, if I may be frank, I already know it's there.
Well, your name is David, but go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right, then I'll be nicknamed Frank. Let me be Frank for at least 2 minutes, and then I'll kind of explain. And I go by IE, for example. But no, I think that's I've already seen too much hell on this earth to believe that there's not something after this that's a little bit more peaceful. Okay. You know what I mean? That's just my personal belief. And Brandon and James have their own, but just mine in general. I really truly have seen hell on earth, and I don't really think
Brandon.
that.
Brandon, I've seen it. I'm not like David. David's seen more than I have. Anybody in the military, I actually seen a hell of more than anybody else on this planet. I still, just today, I started off not believing it, and I got in this field trying to figure out, are these people for real, or is it fake, or is it real? I don't know. For anybody out here listening, they have to get into the field to realize, is it real or is it fake?
Yeah. That's great. What about you, Mr. I can't finish the sentence?
I forgot the question.
It's probably for the best. So anyway,
moving on.
So,
that happens a lot on the podcast.
He's thinking about micro cars.
Yeah. Right. Well, is it one of those things? Well, actually, this is great, James, because I actually don't know what your background is. Were you?
I play with big tools.
He's got a hairy back.
He has a hairy back.
No, my excuse me. Like I said earlier, most of my family's former military, or law enforcement. My dad didn't want me to get involved with that, because he was Air Force and all too. But
right,
so I went
you to get something ready for me right now, so we can talk about this.
So anyway, I experienced paranormal as growing up, and then I became a diesel mechanic, and I still am a diesel mechanic. So that's kind of how I use, diagnosing semi trucks and diesel engines and electronics and all that. I take that aspect, use it towards it. My email when I was in college was Big Wrench 18.
Yeah, I know. You told me on my
also
own.
his email address.
That was weird. Okay.
But I use the diagnostic approach like I do, keep it simple. That was something we were talking diesel school, keep it simple, stupid, the KISS method. So I try to use that towards investigating, trying to natural things first before saying it's paranormal.
I understand the method, but why do the method at all? What brings you in? Like, what has driven you?
Oh, just as far as driving me, I just love the experiences. Finding out what's on the other side. I love being touched in the dark hallways and abandoned buildings.
That we know.
I like getting that feeling.
Well,
But no,
Brandon,
I mean,
this is your cue for the.
just the experiences of, I mean, obviously, yeah, the adrenaline rush, that's addictive, but wanting to know what's on the other side, whether heaven, hell, just an afterlife, reincarnation, anything like that, it's just that curiosity, trying to help the spirits. Why haven't they moved on? Different things like that. It just keeps that curiosity just keeps wanting to come back for more.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you.
that's
So-
great. Why?
James, I don't know. Did you start out as a skeptic? Because I wonder sometimes people who work with their hands for a living, who are carpenters, who are mechanics.
No, I wouldn't say I'm skeptic at certain things. I was a believer ever since I was little, because I've had experiences ever since I was little, and my family never shied away from it. They always told me ghosts are real, fear the living, not the dead, ever since I was a little kid. I can't remember. I could look it up. The nursery rhyme my grandmother used to sing when I was little, but basically talking about you dying and you're in the ground and the worms go in and the worms come out and the worms play pinochle on your snout. My grandmother would sing that to me when going to bed when I was a kid.
Wow.
Sorry, I had to get my hearing aid, guys. I'm sorry.
But it's a poem about death.
Oh,
but
now that I can hear.
So I've always had. But so I've been a believer in that and UFOs and everything else. But I approach, even like we do cases at people's houses, I approach it with skepticism. I don't go in there believing that the house is haunted or what they're experiencing is paranormal until we can get evidence of it. I try to approach everything. I got an argument with a lady one time. She believed the ghost was messing with her closet light, but the only time it acted up or flickered was when the light switch was on. And I'm like, no, you have an electrical problem, and it just try to use that common sense first, but common sense ain't so common anymore.
Well, you bring up an excellent point, and I brought this up to Miss MaryLynn before, and on some of the times when I just am doing like my own little mic talk. There is a difference between knowledge and belief, right?
Oh, 100%.
People that are very religious, they tend to want to believe, but they don't want to know, right? And then people that are very scientific, they want to know, but they don't want to believe, right? But the truth always lies somewhere in the middle, right? So when you're talking about, hey, you just have an electrical problem. Maybe the root of the problem isn't the fact that there is that problem at all. It's the fact of how they've decided to interpret it, right? And that leads to their belief. So maybe it's the fact that they're looking for the same answers you are. They just don't know how to do it the same.
True. Their house wound up. Their house was haunted, but that particular light. What I don't think was, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, you got to find that center between the two halves of that. I like that.
And another great example is both. We have somebody who's a military veteran, somebody who's protected us from the law. At some point, you wind up.
I didn't do anything. I'm sorry.
Right? Yeah, we know. But so you wind up doing things that maybe you start to almost question your own ethical choices, your own morality in a way, right? You start to question your whole being for having this body on this planet, right? So you start to wonder whether or not you are in fact worthy of what comes next, right? And then you start to wonder, well, shit, if I'm not worthy, what about all these veterans? What about all these other police officers who have gone through some type of PTSD who feel the same, who are trapped in that version of what they did, right? They're trying to find either reasoning, justification, or understanding or forgiveness of what they've done. And when they pass, they're stuck living in that moment. What do you guys think about that?
So the inner monologue theory, have you ever heard of it?
The what?
Inner monologue theory. Have you ever heard of it?
Oh, yeah, it reminds me of pecans.
Yeah, really. So most people, maybe not all, but most people do have an inner monologue. My one question to you is, who's listening?
That's an excellent question. Right?
So that's the other part of this. It's all internal. Everything is internal. Now, I'm
like
a believer.
Your farts.
Yes, exactly. Well, if you hold them too long, they bubble up, and then you're just full of. But
that's the
I
same
think
thing with the
again,
afterlife, right? Eventually, you let it go.
Well, and I
Right?
think,
And
I
do you
think that
think
what
there's
we're
some
looking
people
at
that have just never let it go?
Maybe that's the sulfur smell.
That could be.
They
That
finally
could
let
be
it go.
Yeah. No, I think again, it goes back to what is it that you really want to do, not necessarily what you think you should do. The monologue theory. I mean, you already know the answer, so your own heart is
but I'm
telling
not
you.
allowed to punch kids in the throat anymore.
No, actually, you are. You had a head injury.
Oh.
That's your off button. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
But no, I think again, it all boils down to it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. If one side is right and one side isn't, we're all going to find out eventually. But I'm a firm believer that what we're living through is purgatory already. We are in purgatory right now.
Yep.
Really?
So MaryLynn and MaryLynn have
Well,
actually talked about
explains
this.
how I met you and Brandon then. Jesus.
Yep.
What's your opinion on that there, Katie?
I never really thought of it that way. I don't really think we're living in purgatory. I see it more like
it's fast.
What's that?
It's purgatory.
What did I say? Purgatory?
Been taking speech lessons from Brandon.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Brandon's over here like there 26 or 25 letters in the alphabet. I can't remember.
But here's the thing though. Purgatory, if you look at the definition of purgatory, it's in search of something.
Mm-hmm.
So again, we are in search of something constantly. Because you could sit in your house and you're like, well, I'm bored. If you cannot sit on your couch and just stare into nothingness without having some kind of thought of, it's like, I've got to get up and do something, or I've got to get up and try to fight. Me and MaryLynn have actually had this conversation in Savannah. Yep. We've had this conversation when we were in Savannah, and it was a great conversation. And I only remember half of it.
Sorry, MaryLynn.
First off, don't listen to him, MaryLynn. Okay. All right. You can even, is there like a mute button? Can we mute him?
Yeah.
No, but we had this conversation. It was a wonderful conversation. It was like maybe 5-10 minutes, but yeah, we talked about what that was. And if you look at the definition of purgatory, it's in constant search of, and that's where not only these spirits are, but that's where we are. So why are they still here? So if that is quote unquote purgatory, we're with them. So again, that's my
just in a different form.
Yeah. I've always believed I'm on the same page with you guys. I just never assigned the word purgatory to it. I believe more of as like we're in an in-between. We're currently in the meat suits that we're currently in. You know what I mean? And then we'll shed this and then we'll go on to the next meat suit, which is, I guess, kind of the whole, reincarnation thing. So
yeah.
See,
that's
I
kind of
get
how I
that,
look at it.
But to me, that it doesn't fit. And I'll tell you why. To saying that we're in purgatory is like saying after we eat food, our food is in purgatory. And then when we poop it out, it goes to heaven. Right?
Well, then your farts are ghosts.
Exactly, right? They're little food angels leaving their body. Okay?
Food angels.
Yes.
I've never heard of
it, and they are definitely
I can
going
defend
to
this,
hell.
brother. I can defend this one. Go ahead though.
But this is what my interesting conundrum is. So if this is in fact purgatory, and you have somebody like MaryLynn, who is a gifted psychic / medium, so that means if she's talking to your ancestors, they cannot be in purgatory. They would have to be elsewhere.
No, not necessarily.
Go ahead.
Well, how would that be the case?
Well, they're in another realm. That's where, because you can look beyond the realm and be able to see whoever is passed on.
But they can't. How can they? But again, they can't. If they're not in purgatory and they're in another realm, they obviously can't be reincarnating either.
So another great example. So your cell phone is in purgatory right now. One, because you're not on the call with anybody, right? MaryLynn has the ability. She has T-Mobile, right? So she can actually reach out and contact, right? It's a frequency. That's all this is. And MaryLynn has even said it herself. It's a frequency of channeling. Yeah. And that is essentially what a cell phone call is. So purgatory, where we are, as soon as we're off of this call, we're essentially in purgatory until we come onto this call. Now we're talking in frequency.
But I don't want to be there.
It's
then
kind of like
drop off.
It's, things that are going on with you. It's just everything, that's happening. And it's like all the bad stuff and even the good stuff is like, what are you really dealing with? And some people, it could be hell to them.
Right.
There's people in my living room that need some of this, but they haven't come in to ask for it, so I'm expecting them to any second.
Right. Now. I know you keep looking at the door.
Okay, so explain your definition of what purgatory is again, one more time.
We're living it. We are absolutely living purgatory.
So you believe purgatory is a test?
No, I believe purgatory is now. Is in the now. We are in purgatory.
So explain the definition of purgatory.
Purgatory is where you're seriously and in search of, like you were constantly looking for either a sign of belief or a sign of anything.
Okay. So then what to you would come next or before?
The existence of. You've always existed. You've existed, period.
What if you haven't? And I know that sounds weird, but I'm going to...
No.
I'm like,
finally.
I'm like a minute behind you on the fucking delay.
Well, wait. Mike, you didn't establish dominance. You have to establish dominance, okay, in the space.
The reason why...
Spartan kick.
So you don't... Here, I got to show them really quick. This is Stevie Lappin.
Oh, never mind. He'll Spartan kick
you. They helped save my life. I would be dead if it was not for this gentleman right here.
Well, we're still glad you're here because
hats off to him.
Yeah, which is a very turn of events because usually it's the other way around. Yeah. So it's wild. But with the purgatory, what I'm trying to say is, let's say you get to live multiple lives, right? So are you then in fact stuck reliving the purgatory because something else has decided that you're not good enough to move on, or that you yourself have decided that you are not? And if that is the case,
I think a decision is a decision.
Let's take religion into the account because there's multiple religions, right? So
I was just
there's also multiple angles to that question. So it could be not potentially diluted because again, religion is a belief.
The true answer. It could be, right? Nobody really knows.
Yeah, but that's my point, though. That's why we can't necessarily have the conversation in terms of it being a religious factor, right? Because if that's the case, then then you're going to be different. Because again, every's going to be going to the same damn place.
Which is different than knowledge, right?
Well, not necessarily, because this is a whole nother podcast, by the way. I apologize.
But this is the fun part. This is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
So we don't listen to Brandon talk.
Michael,
can I interrupt a second?
How can we really prove it, though? How can we prove that we're in hell? It's just how we feel. So that's how we feel.
Well, okay, so a great example, like when you're sleeping, is when I truly believe that you're awake. And when you're awake is when you're truly asleep.
I know. I wish you wouldn't watch me when I'm sleeping, dude. It's weird.
Well, last time, no, you asked me. You asked me because you're asking if you do kick in your sleep because your wife said that you did. All right,
that's true.
So you asked me to watch.
Valid.
But yeah, no, it's. I think again we have to question what we're in search of. You have to understand with where you're coming from in the search.
Yep.
Sorry, James. Go ahead. Because you're trying to interrupt 4 times.
He's counting.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to bring up what Mike was saying about the not existing before, with David talking about always existing. So, and I've always heard this theory, and kind of bring, I guess, from MaryLynn's standpoint of being a medium, because I've always leaned towards reincarnation because there's so many cases, and kind of with Mike's point of view of you feel like you're not can move on or you don't feel worthy of moving on, where I know in the beliefs of like Buddhas and all that with reincarnation is you're trying to learn to move to the next level. And if you didn't learn, you start over. You're reborn, you start over again until you keep continuing the cycle. But
Karma.
I've always heard this, and I've always heard this as well. My aunt was sensitive, and she was told she was always called an old soul. And who's lived lives and had experiences up in the point of now. But then you also have what I think people that aren't old souls. So just kind of like the universe is still here, still growing, still generating new galaxies, new whatever, kind of like with souls, it's energy. It could be created even new. Your thoughts, MaryLynn? Hang on, Leprechaun.
Hold on, real quick.
Hang on. I was asking MaryLynn.
Hold on. Damn it, shut the fuck up. Hold on. So basically, what I'm saying is,
the world's flat.
What I'm saying is, then if that's the case, then you always existed, because you can't be an old soul and never have existed. So
no, that's what I'm getting. There's old souls and then newer souls.
That's
that
the point I'm trying
form.
to get at.
You just said everything's old existed.
Brandon, what's your take?
So for me, the old soul is somebody who has done lives repeatedly. But if you have a new soul, because of the timeline on the other side, there's not really a timeline. So the newer soul, it could be seconds for them. So it's something they've only done 2 or 3 lifetimes. So it's a newer soul. But you have one that has jumped from life to life to life. That's an old soul because it's gone through so many lifetimes. That's the way
soul is tired. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. We need to get from Brandon. Go ahead, Brandon.
No,
and
we
once
need to
you
hear.
get to a certain point, you're getting to the spiritual part of it and you're helping people. And that's where I feel that you have the choice to be able to move on, to not come back anymore. Or you can come back and be a guide to be able to help people and kind of continue with that until you're ready to really move on. So that's
I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again.
And
I just want to come back home and shit out of people.
I'm done.
So you say you don't want to do this with us again?
No.
Yeah,
That's
one's
enough.
You don't want to do this. James, pushing it aside.
Katie, what's your take?
Push me.
Huh?
What's your take?
She's zoned out again.
Yeah, I did. I'm just listening to the banter, but
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Jesus
that
Christ.
was Katie tonight instead of me, so I'm glad.
I thought he's saying, "What's your cake?"
No,
That's what he said. What's your take?
She's got a
your
great
take?
booty. Don't let her fool you. All you single gentlemen out there, I know you're excited to get to booze on the battleship.
Katie, he is doing his best to hook you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that even relevant? Can we move on, please?
Mike's trying to pimp you out.
Cake is a booty,
Yeah,
by the way.
obviously.
So no, what is your take?
My take. Can you remind me of the question, because I
Okay, James.
go ahead. Jesus Christ. Go ahead.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation.
It was more on that. It wasn't really a question. It more just got into like your thoughts and beliefs on whether reincarnation or purgatory or how you feel souls move along or belong.
Yeah. So, I don't proclaim to be a psychic. I don't proclaim to be a psychic medium, but I am highly intuitive. So when I meet old souls, I know it and I feel them. And when I meet new souls, I know it and I feel them. And I do believe in reincarnation. I do believe that we have to do this purgatory, as David would say, over and over again until whatever. And I think somebody said on a podcast the other night that our whole point of being here is to experience, right? So we're here to experience different things, and then we learn what we're supposed to learn. We learn those lessons, and then we move on. Is that purgatory? Possibly. And then again, that goes back to what David said. You can open a whole can of worms, a whole conversation just on the religious aspect of that alone, and I think that's why I choose not to use the word purgatory, because I am by no means religious, but I did grow up in a religious family. And so for me, purgatory was a bad word. It meant hell, and
I don't think it's a bad word.
Well,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna piggyback off of you really quick before we get back to Mr. Purgatory. Okay. So
We can talk about it.
the issue with
Definitely talk
purgatory
about
is it's actually it can be considered quite narcissistic in a way, okay? Because you're already assuming that everything is based off of you right now, these religions, and this universe. However, what if there are parallel universes? What if there's parallel realities, right? So that means, are they also parallel in a purgatory? Or is this more along the lines of, like, for all we know, because I do believe that we as a being are infinitely powerful. Is it possible? Because we always try to look at Earth as this is where we started, this is our existence, right? What if we've been doing this for trillions of years, for planet after planet after planet, and we've literally watched planets literally live out their existence and moved on to the next? What if it was still fruitful? What if we were on Venus when it was still fruitful? And the last one left
We
is
were.
Earth, right? But and that's a great point. So
What if we were on Uranus?
Been there a couple of times.
I was
okay?
waiting for it.
Yeah.
I was
Who
waiting
hasn't
for
had
you
a finger
mofos
up
to
there
say
once or
that.
twice, okay?
Sorry.
To be honest, I'm 43. If you put a finger in there, I'm going to tip you. That's what it comes down to. Okay? So,
Goddamn, I'm older than you too.
yeah.
Well, there's a tip involved. It just may not be
and maybe
the...
a how do you do?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, but what I'm trying to say is there may be some, for example, okay, if you were to go back 10,000 years to Earth, there was maybe 1 billion people, tops. There's 8 billion people, and every 8 billion is inhabited with a spirit, with a being. So what happened when there was only a billion? Were we all in line waiting for? Do we have tickets like at a deli counter? Like what the
Now
fuck?
serving 32.
Right. Exactly. Well, exactly. So maybe is that the case, or were we created at different times? And some of us, out of us 6, what if we're living our last life and don't even know it?
Why are you gonna downplay it like that, bro? Like, I don't want to live
Yeah.
my life, man.
Ruin the mood.
But I go back to
Jeez.
like Alien Ant Farm, right? Maybe that band had something to do with it, right? Alien Ant Farm. That's all
It's
we
true.
are. Just imagine
Movies.
that. So,
Yeah.
well, but no, again,
know that
it's
sounds heavy,
arguably,
but I don't-
arguably, we could sit there and all night and talk about this. But I think, again, it's
Well,
just it's
not
one
James,
it's one minute.
obviously.
One minute detail, right? So, because again, I love everybody's seen
Everything
the Matrix,
we're talking
right?
about is semantics, Dave.
Well, yeah, of course, because at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. Nothing at the end of the day really matters.
Who
So
are
if you want
you,
to put it in
Metallica?
context, yes, because nothing else matters. But no, I think again, it's just,
you're right.
it's not necessarily an argument. I think too, it's just a more consciously like objectifying what it is to be a person, right? So we can morally, ethically challenge that each and every day, because if you do, then there's going to be 25 to 30 other people that call you out.
And what if it's less of a test and more of a game?
Well,
Just like
everything
a game,
is
you could win or lose.
I think that is very, very prevalent.
Think
that's
about it.
also
We spend our
in every life.
entire life playing games. Who's to say we don't do it in the afterlife?
Well, if it's Call of Duty, I'm playing. All right. Now,
I play
the other
that
aspect,
at least once or twice a day.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's also, what if they're really alive in the game, right? And then you just killed that you just killed them like 8 times. And
You had to be like the Sims theory.
Holy shit! Yeah,
that's my point.
Referring to duty.
But this is a great, because you guys all play Call of Duty, right?
I do, yeah.
So we're talking about our bodies on the physical.
Brandon
plane,
doesn't.
On the reality. What if? Well, God damn it, Brandon. What if something like in a video game where you're playing, a caricature of yourself? Mm-hmm. Do you ever think to yourself that maybe they are having the same type of reality, the same type of like eats water and drinks air. Yes,
Pretty much.
you were correct, Vince.
It's a diabetic
But I mean,
diet.
like, could that be something that could exist where even electronically
I think it's
they
real. I think it's Sims. Me and James have talked about this. Like
the
mine
Matrix,
is a
right?
pissed off. Mine's a pissed off teenager. That's exactly who's playing me, is a pissed off teenager. Right? That didn't.
And that's where my brain went.
Life, you know.
When we first started talking about this, and David said purgatory, and I said I think of it more as the Matrix. We're living
that's exactly
in this
what I was getting to, and then this
bubble,
guy decided to argue with me.
Oh, this is great because you do tarot.
Yeah.
Do you feel like then you're doing tarot based on a video game? Or do you feel like you're actually doing tarot based on something more?
For me, it's
see what I'm
something
saying?
more. Yeah,
Bro, you gotta
not
send me what
really,
you're
but
fucking, 'cause I love it. You gotta send me it.
I know I'm fucking people up right now. I'm sorry, my bad.
No, you're not. Not me. I'm good. I just want to say,
James
like,
is like,
hey, dude.
I can barely handle the alphabet. Like,
This is him all the time.
See, I could do it. Like, I could talk to it all damn day. Like, it's not something that I shy away from at all.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's good. That's good. Have you guys ever been to Europe?
Well,
special.
yeah, but I was only there for like 12 hours, and then I had to go to a country that hated me. Man.
Wow, you're dead to me. What about you, James?
Yeah.
I have not.
Is he dead to you
Brandon?
too? There's that it? Okay.
No,
We're
okay.
gonna move on from that one.
Well, so do you guys know where the Black Death actually originated from?
Rats.
And the Black Death was the bubonic plague, by the way. So do you know where it actually originated from?
In Europe, somewhere.
France.
Not France. Not France. But it was Europe because that's where the Black Death did start. It actually started in Sicily. Okay? I happen to be Sicilian. My bad. Okay. Just gonna throw that out there. But it's true. It actually came from one ship in 1347. Right? And the reason why I bring this up is it shows how little, just one kink, right? Like one kink in your plans can completely alter an entire timeline. Right? And it was one ship pulled into port in Sicily and caused the entire bubonic plague. One ship. So does that make you think when you do your paranormal experiences, you know, when you're out there investigating and they're having, a lot of times when you're talking to somebody that's in that paranormal investigation, they're kind of stuck in some type of trauma. Do you feel like they think their trauma is that type of linchpin and that's why they're stuck on it?
All right, we're gonna go back to the ship. Hold on. All right, so hold on.
Rats, bubonic plague. Wait a minute, I'm trying to follow the line here.
Because you broke up and then your biceps inflated like this, right? So hold on.
You feel that somebody who dies and maybe they did something terrible and are stuck here,
right?
That they're stuck believing that whatever they did was so awful that it altered everything in their timeline, and they cannot no longer move forward because they're stuck on it because it was so awful.
Freedom of choice. Stay, you know, again, facing there's so many different variations of that and explanations, but yeah, I mean, James was going to say something. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
It won't take long. Go ahead.
I mean, that would fall back to your whole trauma loop, you know, where they're reliving whatever they were traumatized by, and they can't, whether by decision or they feel like they can't move forward. You know, I was still interested in the whole Sims theory, and then you brought up Katie doing tarot, and then we got on the whole bubonic plague linchpin shit, and you inflated and glitched, and I don't know.
I actually thought we was playing Assassin's
Creed.
What Brandon said.
Well, interestingly enough, Mike, tarot originated in the 1400s in Italy. So to bring everything full circle, you know. So
The
maybe
Italians
we
are
were meant
crazy.
to.
Got it.
But what I'm curious why Mike brought up tarot when we were talking about Sims. What his thought or your thought, Katie?
Sure.
Would
saw
I
a
guess
squirrel.
tarot predict as far as predicting with like a sim simulation?
Go ahead.
Is that
For me, for me, it's just the energy that I put into it. Honestly, I don't see it as a sim or some kind of like matrix thing. For me, tarot is I take a deck of cards and I infuse my energy and I meld it with the energy with the person that I'm reading for. And that is what helps bring the cards out.
You
So
cannot
it's really
take a game seriously if you believe it's a game.
You got
Right.
that from Assassin's Creed.
But honestly, even then, you could get to a point where you're like, oh, fuck this game, and you turn it off. And then you turn it back on.
I go back to the Van Wilder, right? Don't take life too seriously and never make it out of life.
well what I was getting at? I wish she was in the chat, but and as far as the tarot thing, whether manipulation or able, if your will strong enough to manipulate your world around you, kind of thing with Sims or however, or matrixing. Because my daughter did tarot, which she has a gift, but she's never done tarot. But she come over one day, and my wife has a tarot deck. My wife bought it because she thought it was cool. She never done tarot either. So I was telling Lola about it, and so she looked at the book, and she did the 3-card draw.
okay.
And I sat down. She did the 3 cards, and it was so accurate. It was scary. The card she pulled on me was like 5 of clubs. It was something about my past and this, that, and the other, and then what I'm going through now and the future. And it was accurate. She did my wife same way. My wife's friends same way. What was weird? And I was like, okay, maybe that's what my wife's friend the same way.
All I heard was something she did my wife, and I was very concerned.
But what was weird to me, and I was like, okay, maybe it could be coincidence. She picked these cards, or whatever. Well, then we did a 7-card where I picked. She shuffled the deck, laid out all the cards, and I picked 7 cards. I think it was 5 or 7 cards. The same that 5 of clubs came up again as my first card picked for my past, and I thought that was so weird.
And
I told her she needed to get into tarot more, and she's like, "Nah, I'm okay. I'm 18. 18 no. Yeah."
No.
But I was really blown away by that.
I would definitely encourage her if she has a gift for it. Some people take to it, James. Some people don't. And if she took to it, and she was accurate, then I would definitely encourage her to continue that, because that'll help develop other gifts, other areas. So sometimes tarot is a gateway thing.
I've tried to talk her into even talking to MaryLynn about her abilities with dealing with spirits and stuff. But like I said, 18 years old, know it all, and all that. But I just was blown away by that tarot reading she did, and I thought that was really cool.
I get it.
Yeah, she just needs to be ready for it.
Disability.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, it has to be ready. Yeah.
But yeah, she has to be ready for it, and I think in a couple of years she will be. It's just right now she's got other things on her mind, so she'll get there. So Katie,
high school,
Katie, when you're doing tarot, do you do it kind of by the book meaning, or do you go by what you're feeling with it as well?
I'm very intuitive. Like I try to study other tarot readers to see how they do it, and sometimes they just randomly flip cards over, and that works. But for me, I really try to be more intuitive. That's why when and I'm going to get some laughs here and probably some funny jokes, but when I pull out a tarot deck, I hand it to the person and I say, I need your energy in this deck. So I will hand it to them, and I want them to put their energy into it. So James, that's probably what happened to you. That's probably why the reading was so accurate, because you were touching the cards too. You physically drew some cards out of that deck. So for me, it's about energy exchange. What's that?
You're looking for something solid.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You need a hard deck.
Thank you. I was waiting for some kind of. Yeah.
I
like hard decks.
I had to do it.
Okay.
There you go. Secret's out. Anyway, so
that's where I have my clients will
There's
actually
wood on the ship, Katie.
Yeah.
So that's why I have them shuffle the cards so that way it gets their energy into it. So whenever I do it, so
Mhm.
I flip it over so I know the meanings of each card, but every time I look at a card, something different pops out. So that's how I do my reading for that
Me
client.
too. Yeah, me too.
And
Because
this
there's
is
so much
actually a great
imagery on each
point.
card.
This is a great point as to why I don't believe it's so much the Matrix based, because something like that would instantly be viewed as, I don't know if you remember, because I don't know how many of you are video game players. Do you remember the Sega Genie? Okay.
Genie or Genesis?
So basically, it was this cartridge that you could put on top of the regular cartridge, and it would introduce.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But tarot itself is not. Same thing with being a psychic, like MaryLynn. They're not a cheat code, right? So that means there has to be something more to the expanse.
Well, it's
Yes.
a plug-in though, right? So
It's a
it's
what?
a transfer. It's a plug-in. It's a transfer of energy. So if they're
It is
asking,
a transfer of energy, but it's a
So-
transfer of energy that completely alters your code.
well, then again, too, that's the point. That's basically the point of plug-in, right? So if
Right, but
you're
that's not
looking
the
at
point of.
So tarots
Maybe.
are used as a
he froze. he froze.
used as a tool. For me, I think of it as a tool. It just kind of, we don't need it, but it's something for the client to be able to connect with as well. For
Right.
me.
Absolutely.
Right.
And you need tools. Look at Brandon.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
need tools when you go squatching.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
You will
Just a
maybe
little tool. I'll bring the big tools.
Well, that ain't gonna be me.
The
So
3 millimeter.
And MaryLynn and I were like, are we all
More than
hammered
That's a lot,
yet?
right?
at the very
It's a lot.
beginning of the show, we were talking about this is 6 inches. So that's why we keep
Yeah.
doing that.
We keep
Look,
doing that.
I
Yeah.
already made the mistake of showing MaryLynn my peeper when I was hit in the head. Okay,
You showed Little John off.
I totally did. They put a catheter in apparently, and I didn't know what the catheter was, and I was like, "What is
So he
this?"
was in ICU. So every 5 minutes he kept trying to get up to go pee. I'm like, Mike, you can't. You've got a catheter in. Just use that. And finally he says, come here. And so I'm over here. And he's like, no, come around. It's like this side there was no railing. So I come around and he's like, what's this?
Well,
Traumatized MaryLynn.
right?
And I'm like,
So,
Oh,
Mike,
God.
but
catheter.
that's interesting because if there is such a matrix, or there is like a purgatory, and I don't remember, where did I go?
In the in between.
Yeah.
But if the purgatory is already the in between, that's the whole point of the purgatory.
Maybe there's another in between.
Well, are you certain you went anywhere?
That's what I'm
guarantee
saying.
Wherever
Yeah,
he
yeah,
went, they didn't want him.
And the only reason I'm saying
That
it,
is true.
I'm not saying you didn't go in between, just because there are some sorry, I got a cough drop in my mouth. Coma patients that
I was
don't
just
remember
about to say
anything
that.
either, and I was just curious.
So, well, and this is actually this was actually became a big focal point for me was,
Mm-hmm.
what if I had died? Like completely died, right?
You
Like
did.
right. Like I felt like from my body was dead. So I
You did.
left,
Mhm.
right? But for somehow my body found resiliency and came back and then called me and said, "Hey, Mike, I ain't dead, man. Come back." And I said, "Oh shit, okay, cool."
And
But-
to me, that's
So you feel like you left, but you never went. You don't remember the experience.
But I have
I'm
no
thinking.
memory. So, but this is the
You
thing.
thought about hypnotizing, being hypnotized?
Maybe.
no.
But what I'm trying
Mhm.
to get at is, what if I don't have any memory? Because I never felt that we're ever for. Right?
Mm.
Be it heaven, be it hell, be it another reincarnation. Maybe I just wind up as a dog for David to sniff my butt.
See,
You
Mike,
know,
Yeah, I
the
would
thing
still
is-
think you would have.
this way
the thing
is
is
remember
I
time.
What's that?
So remember, the time whenever something like that happens, it's almost like it stands still. So for you, it could have just been seconds that when you wake up, but that 6 days is
I have
gone
nothing.
for you. I know
It
you
was a
have nothing,
blur, like a
but you
blink of
may
an eye.
not. You may have just forgotten those little bit of time because you were thinking you were back in Vegas. You had a reset. You were back in Boulder City, so
And
you
that's
had
quite
that reset.
possible. It's quite possible that it was a reset. But had I been completely decided that my body was done, right? I can tell you for an absolute fact that I had nothing left.
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm trying to say is I didn't feel like I was going to heaven. Nobody called me to go to hell. Nobody told me there was an afterlife. Despite everything that I had already learned or done.
Mhm.
Right? So at what point do I have to decide? I have to decide. You I'll of what?
You're glitching.
Yeah, you're glitching. We're
did I
getting every other
glitch?
word. I heard snacks.
I love snacks, but I'm saying,
Well,
So
am I good now?
So my point, Mike. So my
Yes.
point is like that's that time point whenever you were gone. That 6 days for you could have only been seconds in our lifetime, or in
so
the
that's why
lifetime.
maybe he wouldn't remember anything because it was such a fast. Because time would be different. Yeah.
Exactly.
That
So
time would
6
be
days for
different.
us, but it could only been, it could have been that temporary. It's like you were there and then you were
Well,
back.
Right. But I'm,
Well,
what
that's
I'm
why I
trying
was
to say is,
wondering
what
if
if I did not do enough to prove that I was worthy of what came next?
And it was time for you to, because
Well,
you
because
had
there's
to
a
come
lot.
back.
Well, and you may not remember that because there's a lot of and it's on Netflix, or if it's still on Netflix, there's a really good show called Surviving Death.
Mhm.
It's 6 separate people that all died. One lady was under a waterfall for 30 minutes. She was resuscitated, and she talks about her experiences.
Yeah, but you shouldn't
Every
be
one
under a
of them,
waterfall for 30 minutes. That's silly.
yeah, she was trapped. She was kayaking, went off the waterfall, and was pinned underneath on the rock under the rocks. But they all different beliefs, different backgrounds. They all shared similar
Thank you, Joe.
experiences in their own way, but they all met somebody that they knew that told them it wasn't their time, and they sent them back, and they woke up, whether it was in the hospital or wherever, or in the middle of their accident.
So, but you bring up a good point, though.
So
What if you don't remember, right? So what
well,
if
that's
a
what I was
guy
wondering about.
right there?
Possibly hypnotizing.
It's true, but
Kind of like they, the UFO abductees. A lot of them don't remember anything that happened with that, and they get hypnotized, go under, and then they relive what they experienced. Uh-oh.
Yeah, for Mike, for 6 days, you were having conversations and talking and, and just continuing. Can you not hear?
Mm-hmm.
I can hear.
Uh-oh.
I can hear. I'm just cheating right now.
Are you lost?
He's Googling.
I'm trying to keep my my iPad from dying.
Ah, okay.
Power cord.
I'm stealing power from Pat. Okay.
Because as soon as he said UFO, you went off the screen. I was like, oh shit! All right, cool. Here we
So,
go.
yeah. So, well, my issue is, what if I had actually never decided to come back? What if my body was done? What if I had died, and here I am with no memory on the streets, on the sidewalk of Beverly Hills? Would I be stuck in that instance with
It wasn't your decision.
one to talk to?
Maybe it wasn't your decision. It may have been your guardian angel or spirit guide or somebody on the other side that you just don't remember that said,
Maybe
no,
it
it's
should
not
be
your
mind
time.
business. Okay.
That's pretty much like
You're going back.
you're not aware of those 6 days, but that's the
Right.
point. You were
Mm.
talking, you were still active, you were moving around, so there was an awareness there. You just don't remember
Yes.
that.
But is there a difference between a hard drive being you and RAM
Yes.
being your
Yes.
body?
Yes, because your body is in use here, and that's where your spirit
That's what I'm
was
saying.
over
So
here.
it's
and you
stuck
were
on
back
your
yet.
random access memory. It's just
Yes.
pulling those memories that are core. Though it
Yes.
does not
the
remember.
processor.
You right.
But if you had decided not to come back, your body here would still be acting and reacting because it was still processing, but it wouldn't be you.
Yes.
It would be.
So could
there's
could another spirit inhabit my body?
Yes. Yes. Because
That's
it's
pretty
an
crazy.
empty vessel at
It's
that
called a
point.
walk-in.
Yes.
It's called walk-ins.
Service
that's-
Right?
33.
Without an appointment.
Yeah. So if someone is like, if you're there and then someone else inhabits, and then that's where when you do come back, you feel like there's somebody that's already there. That's the dual personalities that come in.
If he's,
Tell you
if he's
that
acting like me, myself, and Irene, you know what happened.
pretty much. Yes.
Yeah.
So your body was vacant, it was still actively working, but you were here. Your body's still here.
Have any of you experienced a near-death experience?
I have twice.
Okay, Miss Know-It-All. Okay. God. I mean,
Can I interrupt for 1 second and say, do we have time to keep chatting? Because it's getting a
Yeah,
little
you
late.
guys,
So I want to
this
make
is
sure
late,
everyone's
man.
still okay.
Is everyone okay?
I'm good.
I'm good,
Are
Ryan.
you
Yeah.
okay, Katie?
It's past
I-
David's bedtime.
We
Way
can
past
always,
my bedtime, but
I'm fine. I'm fine.
conversation is way too
You
interesting.
got work tomorrow, right?
Me? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
We all do.
She
I'm good.
literally fires people all day.
I don't. No,
I knew it, HR.
that could be
Damn it.
fun.
That's like
Anyway,
all
sorry.
she does.
Brandon, do you feel comfortable talking about yours? Or
Yeah, I'm good. I'll talk about it.
Oh, please do, man.
Yeah.
like
Now.
Right now?
Yes, sir.
yeah, like in a hurry, you know, not
If y'all two shut the you know what up and I can talk.
Damn it, sorry.
It's funny because I can hear you sneezing before it comes on here.
Sorry.
When
No,
he drinks
mine-
alcohol, he starts sneezing.
It's true.
Oh, that's bizarre. Anyway,
No, mine a bad experience was back in '95. I just graduated, and
Sorry.
me and my brother-in-law was heading to the deer camp on Saturday night. I just got off doing a 14-hour job and then go to my second job laying carpet in the skating rink, and we were supposed to leave out 3 o'clock in the morning. I left around 2 o'clock. Never got no sleep. Drove all the way to my brother-in-law. He's a ex-law enforcement, just came back from a police ball, and he was DUI. But he wasn't driving, I was. I was just sleeping under the influence. Fell asleep behind the wheel. GSP told me I was doing 130 miles per hour. That truck don't do 130. The kill switch goes off at 110. It's an old S10. S10 Sonoma. I hit a pecan tree, Mike, not a pecan. The smallest one out there. I actually saw myself in the vehicle when I was sitting up on the top of the tree at one of the tree limbs with another person. All I remember seeing a black shadow of the person, and I can describe that it had not long hair, but just barely past the shoulder. Just sitting there talking to me, and every time my brother-in-law hit me in the chest or in the face to wake me up, because I kept going in and out, he says, because I don't remember none of this. The only thing I remember is just visualizing everything that was going on down, like I was above it, like
like a third person.
Like
Well,
you were
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And they said I actually died. I don't remember because it didn't felt like I died. It actually felt like I was still alive, but I was just watching them working on my body. But every time,
Explains your hat a little more.
maybe next time.
Next time. Nice.
But it really opened my eyes up. I was supposed to be going to the Marine Corps in January the 15th, and never made it because I was paralyzed in a wheelchair for 6 months, and the doctor told me I'd never walk again. And I was back then. I was on the speed skating team, and that's what actually motivated me to get up out of the wheelchair and start walking again. Because
That's
seeing
awesome.
all my friends and family out there skating and still doing the sports they love, and that's what I loved back in when I was younger days, and push forward and walking again. When you got the land, I mean not the landlord, the owner of the skating rink is like a mom and a dad to us. Took in about 12 kids. We all grew up together. They helped
Josh,
me.
what up, buddy?
They actually helped me with it, walking again, and rehabilitated my legs. And I still got pins and rods in my body, but not in my legs. I got them in my elbow, and I have broke my fibia, tibia, femur, my shoulder, my hip, my elbow, and destroyed my face. And don't even say nothing, James.
Well, we know you got at least one extra rod, right, buddy?
2, I got backup.
Well, see a doctor. If that's the case. Okay.
But the good part about it is the doctor that done the plastic surgery on my face, I had never paid a penny for it because he done it for free.
We can tell.
Because it's freaking awesome.
Hey, Jocelyn.
You know what?
That's great, man.
You know what I think about you, Mike?
What?
Right. There you go. We were overdue for that.
I know.
Where we
So
at? Take 75?
Right.
It's funny because that is a great story, and we're glad you made it, man. Because you're awesome. But it definitely shows you, man. That I guess, even though let's say, for example, this is purgatory. Let's say, for example, this is the Matrix. It shows that something like this life still has some type of meaning, right?
Oh, 1,000%.
You still have something to prove overall.
So,
And-
Brandon, did you
Yeah.
have that moment of clarity? Because a lot of people who do have NDEs come back and they have this renewed sense of life, and or like you said, you wanted to walk again. But was there some kind of higher purpose? Did you start questioning that, saying, you know, what is my higher? What was I put on this earth to do? Did you have
It was
that?
seeing
kind
that
of-
Katie carries around.
Yeah, exactly right. Because when I was sitting in the wheelchair and paralyzed, I even screamed at the man upstairs, asking him why you took everything away from me, why you took my military away from me, why you took my legs away from me. Everything was questionable. Why?
Like you were busy trying to blame others for what had happened to you. Yeah.
I mean, I still this day trying to figure out why did he leave me on this earth.
So you're
Amen.
still on that journey, really
Yeah,
trying
I'm
to
still-
discover why you're here and what your higher purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
EVP.
Can I give you a little bit of insight?
What's that?
I had the exact same problem. And it's so dumb because obviously what you endured was pretty extreme, and I literally just fell on a scooter, okay? But when I came to and I was at home, I couldn't walk. I didn't know what was going on with me. I felt like my body was broken.
Mm-hmm.
I had no more purpose here.
That's just the way I felt.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't see. I couldn't hear. I can't smell. I can't taste. I literally felt like my time. And so I don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to say that I wanted to commit suicide, that I hated myself.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like myself had passed. My time had passed. And I could not, for the life of me, figure out what was the point of me fucking being here anymore. Right? But then it took a couple of months. I learned how to walk again. Right? Obviously, I still can't hear. But you know what? Little wins, right? Little wins. But that was the point. That was the point.
See, I wish I didn't. I had that problem right there hearing, because I can at least take the earpiece out. I ain't got to
Right.
deal with them two right here.
Right.
Dang.
But
I'm
But what I'm
adorable.
trying to say is, it made me realize that I needed to completely redefine my purpose on Earth. Because in the beginning, I was the same way.
mhm.
Why am I here? Why is my wife having to go through this? Why did anything that I did prior mean anything?
Yeah,
Right?
that's the thing I question myself about is
Dude? And then it
what
hit me.
why did it happen? Did he save my life? Because if I went in the military and I went
Yep.
across seas, I would never came back.
And I'm going to hit you with something that's going to be hard and sucky, but mean a lot. You ever climb a hill?
Oh yeah.
How did it feel climbing a hill?
Which
Fine, right? Fine, just climbing a hill. Just a regular hill.
oh yeah.
Fine. You felt fine. You ever climb a mountain?
Which I mean, describe a mountain.
You're on one right now.
They don't have mountains in Florida.
That is literally what I'm trying to say is life is, when you really start to think about why am I going through this? Brother, you're on a mountain. Mountains aren't easy. They're not meant to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter, even if you die on the base of that mountain. Because I had to think about this. If I die right now, I want people to see that I had no fingernails, that there was blood on my hands, and that at least I fucking tried. That's the point. Whether I make it or not, that's the point. I wanted success. I wanted survival. That's the point. You're on it. You got a second chance, just like me, man. We have that chance to keep climbing.
Well, I think too we have to redefine what success is, right? And the societal impact, because when people think of that, they automatically think just of positions, money, anything.
Exactly.
But
Success has nothing to do with society.
That's what I was
Success
getting
has
at.
everything to do with you.
My apologies. I was being like James and not finishing my sentence. But nevertheless, that's exactly what I was getting towards. But no, I think again we have to redefine what success is, because if we don't, it's going to be a never-ending tale of purgatory. Rest my case.
But
Mike,
you bring up that's excellent, right? But it just shows that when you go through something like this, and you're wondering why, like myself and Brandon, you go, well, shit. Maybe I need to stop thinking about why. And maybe I need to start thinking about why not? Why not be here? Why not try to improve my situation? You ever think about that, Brandon?
Yeah, because I got to put up. I mean, somebody's got to take care of these two guys.
Good luck with James. Okay.
All I got to do is throw in a micro card at him.
Exactly. Yeah, they're delicious. The red
Snack.
incredible. You laugh, but there's actually a guy literally in the next room. His name is Stevie Lappin. His brother used to eat cat turds that were crunchy.
Okay, we're done.
They were tasty.
We're done.
Okay?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Go to bed. Good night, folks.
All right.
All right.
So that
Thank you
shows
for that.
you everybody's
Man's
success
business
is
out there
different.
like that?
Okay.
I guess we're not going to
Everybody's
redefine success. That's not success. Okay, like there is a why here. Okay, we can't go back to the why not, because why not? Eating that is terrible.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just
Why not
constant
eat cat turds?
choices.
I get that. I get that.
All right. So with that, where can anybody find you if they're looking to reach out to you guys?
David on the side of the
It's
street.
my turn now.
Anybody but
Cross
James.
the line paranormal. Anybody? Fine. Obviously, we're on all social medias: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Cross the line paranormal. And YouTube as well. We also have our Echoes Veteran Project on YouTube as well and Facebook. You can check us out on all those, and definitely give us a follow. And if any veterans out there are interested, you can reach out to us, and we'll discuss about taking you somewhere. It's a no cost to the veteran; they just have to get there. We supply whether the Airbnb or hotel or whatever, and the location for them, so that is no cost to them. And so, yeah,
I think we need to team up with you guys. Pair with the normal work with y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
For
sure.
Great.
That's where we get the money from, Mike.
I
Only
believe. I believe.
Patent
Other than
pending.
you and my mom, I
Patent
have not
pending.
made much. So that's.
Truthfully, though, truthfully, that is patent pending. I'm just letting y'all know. So I'm just.
Oh, okay.
So do you guys
And
actually
Brandon's
have like a
feet pictures.
TV show or no?
I'm sorry.
No, we're filming on YouTube right now.
Why don't we talk to us?
Let's talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Fine.
I'm
Because
down.
you may not know it,
Talk.
but Katie has got incredible cake. Okay. She's into it.
Okay.
In for the cake,
What did I do to you, Mike?
like 10-layer chocolate cake.
Whatever you want.
If you play your cards right.
All
right, MaryLynn.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you guys for being on. We really appreciate it. You guys were great guests. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you with your EVP project. We look forward to seeing more episodes of those. Please crank them out. Continue being awesome, and we cannot wait to see you on Booze on the Battleship.
Can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Say y'all too. Thank y'all for having us.
Nobody asked you, Brandon.